Well, hello there, people. I hope you're keeping very well indeed, and we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, although this will be the first live commentary for ranked gameplay of a particular archetype. Now, I have been asked both in comments and in the past to bring my live commentary back on the archetypes and matches, so here we are, our first one. And it's going to be on the Spright Live deck. Now, for the general reasons of ratios and general combos, etc., I've actually got the deck list of video already up. So I'll put a link to that in the video description below, as well as tag it on to the end of this video so you can easily just click and watch it if you wanted to. But just to show you what we'll be using, this is it. So Evil Twins and Sprights together. Hopefully we're going to have a good time, and this will be nice to run through the general line that I like to go through. So I think this could explain it more than just a standard deck list video. So let's just go straight in. Now, you see my rank isn't exactly that high. I'll be honest with you, I wish I had the time to... oh, that's nice going first. I wish I had the time to really invest in grinding, but I will take what I can get. Usually what I'll do is I'll at least get to rank 1 of the particular grade I'm in. This is an interesting hand. Okie dokie. Let's see if we get ashed straight away. If so, then this is going to be a very, very basic live twin board. However, it looks like we're going to get away with it, potentially. We are not out of the woods yet, though, because if this is impermed, then that's a bit of an issue, but it does not, so good times indeed. So when summoning out Leela, I always try to go for Keyskill Frost, unless Keyskill Frost is already in my hand, because we do have the potential for a draw one rather, not a draw in terms of we just end the match in a draw. We will go straight into Gigantic Spright here. We need to start putting bodies on board, so unless it's already in your hand, we are going to aim for Spright Blue. We're also protected from the Biru here for anyone who plays it because of Gigantic Spright's effect, where only level 2s can be summoned for both players at this particular point. Notice as well how I detached Keyskill Frost, so its effect in the graveyard will be active if the opponent does draw this turn. However, even if you've not detached that, it's not the end of the world, because we're going to be linking off Gigantic Spright into Spright Elf. And so materials will go into the graveyard anyway. Let's go for Spright Carrot. Why not? Put that into the 4th area. We probably won't need it exactly in the 4th area at this point, but there's a reason why we've got to make sure, if we do have extra bodies by some crazy stretch of the imagination, then it's always good to have your Spright Carrot or Spright Red in 4th, and I'll show you why, because usually, let's go for this. Okay. Sorry, my thought trailed off there for a second. So what we've got to do before we link into the Evil Twins, if you know you've got the bodies or the ability to go into IP Masquerena and still go into the Evil Twins, do IP Masquerena first, because otherwise using the Evil Twin effect once we've linked locks you. So you can only do Evil Twins from that point on. Now, this wasn't ideal, but I'm glad I had the live twin home to get out an extra body. This is usually the ideal scenario, where you have 4 links on board, and that's consisting of Spright Elf, IP Masquerena, eviltwin Keyskill, and eviltwin Leela. Because what we want to do in turn 2 is use IP Masquerena's effect and go into Nightmare Griffin. And that does lock the opponent down quite a bit, depending on their deck anyway. Not their gameplay. The gameplay doesn't matter. You can be a great duelist or a bad duelist, but depending on your deck type, if you're keen to special summon and get a load of effects off, then Nightmare Griffin stops a lot of that. Oh, that is a very nice draw. Okay, we are happy enough with this board. If we did have more bodies, then it would have been great to have Spright Carrot in 4th position. We can still bring it out with Spright Elf. Although, unfortunately, with the way priorities and whatnot work, we have to wait for the opponent to do something first before we could bring out Spright Elf. Use Spright Elf's effect and bring out Spright Carrot. And the reason we want it in 4th position is because Nightmare Griffin stops special summons monsters' effects unless they're linked. Oh! If this card's normal special summon, you can add the Mementos. So what we're going to do, we're going to ash that. I think we're just going to go all in immediately. They've probably got quick play stuff to blow it up. No? Okay. We will then do this. Let's bring out Spright Carrot. Get it ready. If they've got called by the grave, then they'd probably play it now. But they don't. So we'll then use IP. And what we want to do here is link it with Leela. Because Keyskill will be able to revive it. And then we get the blow up ability of eviltwin Leela once it's summoned back to the field. Now, unfortunately, we can't get the free draw from Nightmare Griffin. What's always nice, even if you don't want to get rid of it, is you can use its effect to discard a spell or a trap and then set it back onto the field again. And with that, you can then draw because it's co-linked with Keyskill. So you get a free draw essentially. Let's see now, how will this work? Mementos. In the main phase, you can destroy one memento monster you control, except you can't because that is an effect that Nightmare Griffin stops you doing. So we're going to hold off of special summoning with Keyskill's effect here. They're probably thinking, why can't they use this effect, or the effect rather, of Tatsuna... How do you even pronounce that? Whatever that card is, Tatsuna Tushigu? We'll go with that. Okay. So... I'm just trying to think... It's been a while since I've gone against Mementos. Hold on a second. Could you please let me look at the related cards? It's this one. Anyone wants to destroy a battle with your Memento monster, you can use it with alert. If it's card for you summoned, you can destroy one Memento monster in your hand. Special summon one level 6 or lower Memento from your graveyard. I will actually let this go through. Because it's always nice to get... I mean, if it's materials on the board disappearing, then great. We'll see what's happening. We will see what is happening. And also, while that's going on, let me just refresh my memory on the big boy. By shuffling 5 other Memento monsters with different names from your hand and or graveyard into the deck or extra deck. Okay, so... Oh, there's one immediately. Guardian Chimera. Although you can't use its effect, which is nice. And that is the effect to pop. It's before the end of the main phase. So, this can still be destroyed because I'm pretty sure polymerization isn't in here. So, let's do that. And what we can do is put Leela over here, because it will still be linked to Carrot. And the thing is, once you use its effect, you're good. Essentially, you don't really have a need to use its secondary effect if we've got a good board like this. If we needed to use its secondary effect to bring out Kisa Kill, I would have put it in left position, because if we use Spright Carrot's effect to tribute something off, basically, if Carrot was got rid of, then we wouldn't be able to use Leela's effect. So I apologise for saying it that way around. Using Carrot's effect isn't too bad, because Carrot would still be on the board, so Leela can still use its own secondary effect. But yeah, it's if we want to... let's go there. Yeah, if we wanted to be safer, we just put all the links in the corner, essentially. Okay. This one should be pretty easy to deal with now. So let's use Sprite Elf's effect. We will go for... Thing is, I think this is just a straight up finish. I would go into Spright Blue, but I don't think the opponent can do anything at this point, so I'm going to try and make this as painless as possible for them. With Spright Jet, I'll go into Gamma Burst. We shall do the Link Summon now into Trouble Sunny. Put over here. Carrot can still use its effect if need be, but we're fine here. We're fine. So let's do it. We'll do Nightmare Griffin first. Trouble Sunny. Like I said, I will make this as painless as possible, so we won't use its effect to special summon the twins unless the opponent has something wild. Damage Step, use Gamma Burst, and then we do the finish. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Thing is, being able to set up on turn 1 with sprites and the twins is extremely good. Obviously dependent on hand, but the way this deck is put together, the ratios are quite good in terms of ending up with starters and other bodies. You're quite unlucky not to have that immediately. Although it is possible. It always is, isn't it? Let's do another one and see what we can do. Our first Platinum battle. Good times. And I would really love to be able to... Oh, we have to go first. I'd love to show off going second, because it is possible to OTK if you concentrate on... instead of bringing out Gigantic Spright first and then Elf, you do it the other way round. So use Elf, special summon anything from the grave, and then Exceed Summon into Gigantic Spright with Elf as the material. And that means you get a lovely damage boost there. Oh, does this bait out the Ash? It doesn't yet if it is an Ash. So what should we do here? We need to go for Kisa Kill, because we want to be able to summon Kisa Kill, bring out a Leela, and then special summon. Whereas if we went the other way round, that actually makes it a bit difficult. Okay, good Maxi. This is the only time I will say good, because we have an Ash Blossom in our hand. Maxi does kill this deck, unless you're very lucky. Unless you're very, very lucky. Do they have an infinite impermanence? Effect Veiler. Okie dokie. We're still okay with this. We are still okay. Does mean we have to play differently now, because we can't special summon Kisa Kill Frost without Leela on the field. Let's go into Gigantic Spright. So it's a shame Pixies is going to have to be used as material here. What can end up happening, depending on your hand and your finish on turn 1, is to then on turn 2. Oh my! This isn't too bad actually. This could be worse. We still get our effects off. Do we not? No, we don't actually. Oh man, I didn't realise we didn't get the effect off. Activate the effect, detach one material from a monster you control, and if you do... Ah, wow, you learn something new every day. Oh boy howdy, this is going to be an interesting one, everyone. Saying that, they've burned through a lot of resources, but all it takes is one good starter, and then they flooded the board. So let's see what they're playing. Mathmech, this could be horrible. This could be very, very horrible indeed. Wow, you know what? I've never actually bumped into that situation where anyone's ghost-ogred my gigantic sprite. Oh, this could be horrible. This could be very, very horrible. Lots of link materials. What do they do from this point? Okay, exceed. Okie dokie. Add one Mathmech card from deck to hand. Oh, and there's a circular. Yeah, this is going to be pretty hard to break now, I'd imagine. Especially if our resources are only live twins. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be some miracle that we draw the out, as they say. Okay, Splash Mage. Oof. Oof. Oof, this is horrible. Lots of materials that could be brought to the field. To link Decoder. Let's see how far this goes and make sure we don't miss out on any effects. Nothing about them being linked to each other, which is good. Transcode Talker, this could special summon something else out. Yep, there you go, into the Splash Mage. Has to be Cyburst, which is what it is, a Splash Mage. Oh, what is that one? The Ignisters. Target one Cyburst effect monster you control, negate its effects, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Oof. Big oof. Oh boy, howdy. You can target one face-up monster you control. Hold on a second. Let me just read that. Negate its effects, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Oh no, that's the wrong one. If the card sent from the field to graveyard, you can target one face-up monster. Control. That target is unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Well, I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. It happens, everyone. It does happen, unfortunately. We ended up with a blank board. I don't think I would have played any differently, really. There was the possibility of summoning Leela first, and then special summoning Keesicle Frost from the hand, bringing out Pixies. But the only difference would have been that we're really lucky with the coin flips, by the way. The only difference would have been that we would have been left with one material on board, or one body on board, and that could have easily been overrun by anything else the opponent had. So I think the opponent just had me there, dead to right. So GG. This is not great. I mean, secret password to bait Ash is always nice. However, the 2 Sunny Snitches, which is going to turn into 3 Sunny Snitches if this isn't negated, is a bit of an issue. So let's see what happens. Luckily, we baited the Ash with the secret password. If that was allowed through, then having 3 Sunny Snitches in hand isn't amazing. And if they've got a Max C, then we've got Called by the Grave in the hand. So let's go for Leela, as we have no materials. Or resources, rather. And we always want to try and get Key Skill Thrust into the grave first. So we'll do the usual livetwin shenanigans. There's the Maxi. There's the Called by the Grave. In this deck, there is the 2 Called by the Grave, the 3 Ash Blossom, and the Crossout Designator as well. So it's not many cards to stop Maxi. If Maxi was really a pain, you could look into putting some Droll and Lock boards in, Droll and Lock boards? Droll and Lock birds in, but the problem is that stops you adding to the hand as well, which is why I haven't used it in this deck. Because everything here adds to hand. Except Gigantic Spright, because that special summons straight to the field. But everything else, so Spright Blue adds a Spright to the hand. Spright Jet adds a spell or Spright spell or trap to the hand. It's, yeah, I would not recommend Droll and Lockbird. As annoying as Maxi is, it will hurt you more often than not. Okay. So, again, usual Spright shenanigans here now. Spright Blue into Spright Jet into Spright Starter. We haven't drawn into Spright Starter, so we must go for Spright Starter here. If Spright Starter has already been picked up, then I would usually go into... oh, got quite a few materials, actually. I wouldn't go into Gamma Burst. I would go into the Spright Smashers, because Spright Smasher is at least a reactionary card, if that's even a word. Okay, get rid of the Spright Elf and the Spright Jet. I think... is this going to be enough material with the Spright Pixies in hand? I think it might be. Special summon, Spright Pixies. Okay, no, we won't. I was thinking about being able to keep Carrot on board, but we do not have enough materials. So let's do what I mentioned in the first game, which is special summon into IP Masquerena first. Keep that in the corner. And then we will special summon into Kill. Remember to try and always go for Kill first instead of Leela, because if you do it the other way round, then Leela's benefit of being special summoned from the other twin's effect is to destroy something on the field. And the problem with that is turn 1, you're not going to have many options at all, other than blowing up your own cards. It's possible the opponent can have something already bounced to the field, like a Bestial, for example, and then you could blow it up if you really wanted to. However, usually you'd want to do it this way first, so that you get Kisakill's effect of having a draw for +1. Even though it wasn't anything useful, it could have been a nice hand trap. You never know. You never know. And as you can see, the opponent didn't have anything, so it would have been useless to try and blow something up or go for that angle. However, turn 2, that obviously does change. Unfortunately, we don't have any hand traps or reactionary cards other than special summoning and... okay, the Dinomorphias. This could be pretty bad. So what we'll actually do, let's bring Carrot out. Stop some of the fusing shenanigans. And on top of that, if we get IP Masquerena... that's okay. Yeah, we'll definitely IP Masquerena link summon now. So to get an extra draw, but can they use any of the special summoned monsters' abilities? That is the question. Okay, so boom. Luckily we do have material in our hand to use for Griffin's effect now, which is nice. What do we want to get rid of? We probably want to get rid of the Sunny Snitch, in all honesty. Okay. Let's use Griffin's effect. We've got to be aware of what is in a Dinomorphia player's graveyard. We'll go for the Spright starter. We won't blow anything up yet. Let's have a draw. Ooh! Oh, wait. I was getting ready for the... to throw the Max C, but I don't think I will at this point. Let's... Now, this could be part of the play. Should we go for the monster? Do the traps actually work if there's not a Dinomorphia monster on the field? Special summon one Dinomorphia monster. Do blah blah blah. Drain damage hits blah blah blah. Okay, fine. Let me just have a quick little gander here. Very, very quick little gander. If you control... I control Dinomorphia. Okay, you know what? I don't usually do this. Usually I hit the back row. But let's blow up the monster. Because if they're unable to activate those cards on the field, then that's going to be a lot more beneficial to us. Okay, sweet. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I've read things rightly. Oh, the Gamma Burst. You gotta love it. Okay, so Spright Elf will go into Spright Blue this time. That they can action on something, so I'm being a little bit cautious here, which is why we're going into Spright Blue rather than Spright Jet Search something. We're gonna make sure everything is okay. So let's go into Spright Jet first. We shall... What shall we do? Should we go for the... Well, there's no point going for SP Little Knight. Let's go for... Thinking here in my head. We'll go for the Leela. Actually, yeah, you know what? We'll go into the... what's it called? Into the Trouble Sunny. We might not even need Spright Jet's effect here, so I'm kind of comfortable to just special summon and not be able to use its effect. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do it. Actually, you know what? We'll even have Keyskill on board because Keyskill will be affected by Gamma Burst, which is great. Admittedly, I've blocked up the room for Trouble Sunny. I just got a little bit too excited there. I should have stuck with the plan, right? I should have stuck with the plan. But let's see what happens. I really should have not played that Gamma Burst in a potential Imperm column. But we're fine. It looks like we're fine anyway. Okay. I'm attacking with the lower attack monsters first. Just in case somehow something beefy crops up onto the field. And in theory, I should have attacked with Spright Carrot first. During damage, if a monster battles, you take no battle damage from that battle. Oh, right, okay. Well, that's fine, yeah. Let's go to Spright Blue. Is this just going to attack immediately? No, they've still got something else. Why you... if you would take battle damage, you don't do that. Is that for the whole turn, or are we good? We are just good. Excellent stuff. Good times. Good times indeed. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Wow. Well, we won 2 out of 3 games there. Not bad. Not bad. And you know what? I'll happily say there wasn't much I can do about that second game. Just the opponent had the cards and used them at the right moment. So fair play to them, and GG's to all the opponents that I've played just now. But that's 3 games in a row for you, using the Spright Live deck, aka Evil Twins and Sprites. Hopefully that's given you a better visual representation and my thoughts about how to use the deck when playing. Again, I am a boomer. I am not aware of every archetype, the optimal choke points and stuff to be playing certain cards against. But in general, especially on turn 1, hopefully you see what I do, take that on board, and potentially agree that that's the best start for a Spright Evil Twin turn 1 board setup. So if there's any questions, do leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, I hope you are enjoying the Sprites and Live Twins. I know I am, especially with the funky music with the dual field. And I guess that's about it. So until next time, everyone, you take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye for now.